Welcome everyone to another episode of Press Play. It's your girl Shoy, and today we are going to be looking at how you can register your business. So today we are going to accompany someone to the company's office of Jamaica, and we are going to take some tips from her experience. But before we do that, here are some things that you need to know when you're going about registering your business. Alright, so you are ready to go into business and you are ready to be registered. But what do you do before that? You have to sit down and have an honest conversation with yourself. Seriously think about your personality and what you can tolerate and what you simply cannot tolerate. Think about how far you're willing to go for your business and how far you want your business to go in a few years' time. Now, when you have that conversation with yourself, you are in a better position now to go ahead and register your business because you know exactly what you want to achieve. Now, it is time to go to the company's office of Jamaica. That is located in Kingston as well as Montego Bay. Now, when you get to the door of the company's office of Jamaica, the security might turn to you and ask, "What are you here for?" And you're going to say, "I'm here to register my business." And the security is going to turn to you and ask, "Company or business?" Now, this is the part that normally gets persons confused because they thought, business is business. I thought it was the same thing. However, there are two terms that are used on that form for registering the business, and it's important to know the difference. So I'm going to show you how to understand those terms. Now, a company is a commercial enterprise registered under the Companies Act, and it is perfect for medium and large entities because it allows the owners to separate themselves from the business. So you don't have your personal affairs being mixed up with the business affairs. Two different things, has nothing to do with each other. And if the company is being sued, your personal affairs are untouched for the most part, right? There is also the business category where it's perfect for micro and small entities, and it includes the sole traders, which are people who own the business alone, partnerships, which mean that 2 to 20 people operate this business, and trade names, where a business will have its official name on paper, but it may have another name that it is known by for promotional purposes. For example, Captured Content Design Studio is the legal name, but Capcon Designs would be the trade name because that is the name you may see on the back of my shirt, on a newspaper advertisement, on the radio or the TV or the whole 9 yards, right? You get it. So that is how you understand the difference between company and business without me getting all technical. If you'd like to know additional information, please go to the orcjamaica.com website and it will perfectly outline everything you need to know. So a question that persons will ask all the time is, who should register? And it's simple. If you are selling something or you're providing a service and you're not using your real name, you need to get registered. If it's a case where you are operating as so-and-so boutique or so-and-so collections or so-and-so design studio like Captured Content Design Studio, then clearly you need to get registered, right? If you're also operating at a particular location offering goods and services, and this is where everybody can find you, then you need to get registered, right? Who does not need to get registered? The persons who are selling livestock don't need to get registered. If you're buying or selling livestock, you don't need to get registered. Also, if you are providing a social public service, religious related service, you're established for welfare purposes, and whatever you receive as your income is solely used for whatever it is that you establish yourself for in the first place, you don't need to get registered. So now that you know all that, you can decide if you need to get registered or not. Now, the benefits of registration are plenty. For one, you get to access loans and grants, and I can personally attest to that because I was able to access a number of things after I gained registration, because every single loan or grant asked for your business registration document. And if you didn't have that, just wave goodbye to the grant or the loan, because they're not going to approve it. Another thing that you have to bear in mind is that when you register your business, you are able to obtain contracts. There are persons who will not do business with you simply because you are not officially recognized. You're not registered, you're not legal, so they're not going to put their fingers into that. No, they're not going to dip into that at all. Additionally, you also get the opportunity to open bank accounts in the business name. And this is fantastic because it's always good practice to separate your business from yourself. For many persons, like myself, what I did when I started out was to have a separate account altogether, but it was in my name, and I would just put all the business related things over there. However, it is good to have an official business bank account where it is recognized that this is for the business and it has nothing to do with your personal affairs. So, did you know that it is illegal to operate a business without being registered? Yes, it is. And in fact, I think a lot of persons know this, but the truth of the matter is that time's hard. And to legalize your side hustle and go on down to company's office of Jamaica and register it, all I'm seeing are dollar signs to register and dollar signs for taxes, because tax are killing with left, right and center already. And then to go forth with this registration process and take it to a new level, it's screaming dollar signs for many persons. But the reality is that it is unlawful for you to practice without a business registration document, and it is also unlawful for you to advertise. So whenever the law decides to swoop in on you and lock up shop, that's all on you, because you don't have anything authorizing you to do anything. And you are also subjected to a lawsuit in some occasions, because as you know, there are persons who may be very difficult to deal with, and when you're doing a transaction with them and they demand justice, justice will not be on your side. So it's like driving a car on the road and you don't have a license to drive, and you meet in an accident. What is going to happen is that you are wrong in the first place, because you were never supposed to be on the road, even if the other person was wrong. And it's the same thing with the business. You don't have a business registration document, so you are not authorized to do any transaction involving money to offer goods and services to other citizens. And so when things go south, which can happen at any time, then the law will not be in a position to assist you. And if someone decides to sue you, then you're alone on God. Now, another thing is that when you are not registered, you are also putting yourself in a position to be ordered closed. And you don't want that. It's very embarrassing. It's something that you want to avoid at all costs. What will you need when you're filling out that form and submitting your application for registration? You are going to need a unique business name, and I recommend that you go with more than one, because your first option may not necessarily be available. To avoid a delay, you can do some research prior to going there. And you are in a better position when you do your research to see if there are any other businesses in Jamaica that have the name that you want. But just to be prepared, go with 2 or 3. You will need your TRN, you're going to need your ID, whether national ID, passport, or something else like your driver's license. You're also going to need to prove your address. So for those who have a driver's license, your proof of address is right there. You are going to need to indicate what your occupation is. So if you are doing something else other than what it is that you're going to start your business for, please indicate to them that you are already working as X, Y, and Z. You are also going to need your business as well as personal address, your email, and a contact number. Now, there are some fees that are associated with the registration process, and they are as follows. If you are registering as a sole trader or a sole proprietor, you're only required to pay $2,500 if you're doing the process on your own. There are some businesses out there that offer business registration services, and they will add their service charge to the $2,500, and that is why you're seeing the figure that they're offering. And that is understandable, because to cut out all that hassle for you, somebody else has to do it, and you have to pay the person for their time and effort. For those of you who wish to register as partnerships, then you are required to pay a little bit more. You are going to pay $5,000. If it's a case where you would like to register as a trade name, then you're only required to pay $3,000. Now, bear in mind that the same money that you pay for registration is the same money that you will pay for the renewal. And for a sole trader, for partnerships and trade names, you are required to renew your certificate every 3 years. So whatever you pay now will only cover you for 3 years. But that's sufficient time, and it's reasonable. It's not as if you're paying every single year. All those things, it is time to go down to the company's office of Jamaica. But that name there is likely possibility, because I am selling clothes. It's just, not a boutique or a whatever. No, as in, I don't know how to explain. It looks like something else, which it is. I'm not gonna get over this today. Oh my God. Oh, Lord help us. Hey, hey. How are you feeling today about registering your business?
I am kind of disappointed because the man told me that I might not get my name.
Yes, girl. So how do you feel? Finally.
One goal accomplished. 2021.
Are you going to do this again?
One more time.
All right.
One more time.
All right.
I have one more business to go, guys.
Big up
one more
yourself.
business to go.